Hey guys, what's up? This is Nick from Beer and Bat Reps, and today I'm going to take a look at all these new Christmas battle forces for AOS. 4 exciting battle force boxes for Warhammer Age of Sigmar. So I know there's a few videos around the internet of these type of things, but I'm going to go through each one and the likelihood that I myself will be purchasing these. I also want to go through about what they retail for, because we still don't know what they're going to sell for. So I want to see how good of a deal that we may or may not be getting. So the first one we're going to start with is the Ogre Maw Tribes Battle Force, the Meat Grinder War Glut, which is hilarious. Very Age of Sigmar right there with a name like that. It says, hungry for a new army? Ready for a bigger helping of an existing one? The Meat Grinder War Glut should suit your tastes. Pun intended. This bumper buffet of Ogre Maw Tribes units gives you a powerful army in a single box, all for less than you'd pay to get the models separately. So right there, it already tells you you're going to get some kind of deal. What that is remains to be seen. So as we take a look at this, you can clearly see that there are 2 full boxes of the Gluttons. They come in 6 packs, and they come with those little Noblar buddies that hang out on the smaller bases right in front of them. So 2 full boxes of those. That's great. Above them, you can see 4 lead belchers, and they come 4 to a box. So you get a box of lead belchers, my personal favorites. And then behind that, it looks like you have 4 iron guts, which is great because you can't really run an army. Well, you can, but if you're going to be running Ogre Maw Tribes on foot, you're going to need some iron guts to hold the middle. Above that, you have an Iron Blaster on a Rhinox, which is so fun, but one shot that hits on a 4. There's a type of tribe you can run that lets you shoot twice. And it's pretty much mandatory if you're going to be running these models. And then, of course, an El Guzzler Gargant. They got much, much better with the Sons of Behemat. A lot of their random stats became not random, for lack of a better word. And still, I would have liked to have seen a different model. Maybe instead of the giant, a second Iron Blaster, or 4 more Iron Guts, so that you end up with 12 Gluttons, 8 Iron Guts, and 4 Lead Belchers. And also can't forget, right in the front, you have the Ogre War Chief. So, which I just got one in the mail today. So I'll be assembling one soon and painting that up and getting it on the channel as quick as I can. Yes, so I put this all together. Roughly, it's a bit over $300 retail. So, if there's going to be some kind of deal, I would assume it's going to be selling for about $250, in which case you'll get $50 off, roughly. But it could be even cheaper. They could come out for $200 or $210 and surprise us. But if it's going to retail for $250, secondhand markets such as eBay, you might see it for $210 or $200, in which case you're saving almost $100. So if you're going to be building this army anyway, this looks like a really good set. I may end up picking one up because the giant could easily become a Man Crusher Gargant in my Sons of Behemat army. A second Tyrant is always handy. And then you just get a big chunk of all the models you were going to get anyway. I wouldn't necessarily buy the cannon myself or the giant. So there's a bit of a tax on this in terms of the models I would actually use. And if I'm being honest, I plan on running a lot more of the lead belchers, because when you make the Tyrant your warlord, it unlocks lead belchers as battle line, and I just love these guys. I'm running the tribe that lets the lead belchers have 18-inch range instead of 12, and then they move 6, so it gives them a really good threat range. But yeah, definitely chime off in the comments, Ogre players. I want to see what you guys think of this box. It seems like it just comes with everything you were going to use anyway, so not bad, not bad. Like I said, I wouldn't necessarily, if I was a Ogre player primarily, want the giant, or maybe even not the cannon. The cannon is cool though. I mean, just in terms of rule of cool, that cannon is awesome. It's like a sky cannon. It's awesome. Also, the Rhinox itself does a bunch of impact hits, so that's really good. And it just looks great. Whether or not it's worth the points remains to be seen. It just depends on who you ask. I personally don't like a single shot that hits on 4s. But I've also heard really rave reviews about running 4 of them with the tribe that lets each one shoot twice. For obvious reasons, that's really good. But I guess I got kind of spoiled by the dwarf cannons. The old dispossessed dwarf cannons, which you can't use anymore. Because they already shot twice. They just had 2 shots. Same exact stat line. 4s to hit, 2s to wound, minus 2 d6 damage. They just came stock with 2 shots. So I got a little spoiled with that, and I go up to this even more expensive, giant, epic-looking model, and it only shoots once, and I was a little disappointed. But that's showing my age and how long I've been playing this game. Let's take a look at the next one. The next one we're going to take a look at is the Disciples of Zinc Battle Force, the Fate-Sworn Host. Zinc's might is yours to master with this massive set. Inside, you'll find the makings of a vast force, giving you a fantastic point to expand out from. Lead your forces with a Lord of Change and Gaunt Summoner, while shattering enemies with formations of Carrick Acolytes and Zangors. We take a look at this. We know that the Acolytes come in a box set of 20, and there's 20 in the picture. There's 10 at the bottom and 10 at the top. So 1 box of those. A unit you're going to buy if you're running this army. There's not much you can do about it. It's the troop choice. There's ways around it. My personal Zinc army uses Flamers as battle line. Whether or not that's great, it's easy for me because I already owned 27 Flamers. So I wasn't about to go buy a bunch more Acolytes. Next, you have a full box of Zangors. Super helpful. You can use them in 40k as well, so that's really helpful. Then you got the Zangors on discs. There's 3 of them, so a full box of those. The Gaunt Summoner, and the big bird himself, the Lord of Zinc, Lord of Change. That alone is a $140 model retail. So this one's over $300 as well. A lot of it you can use in 40k, so it kind of gives it a dual use box, which is nice. And as we know, the Greater Demons are really good in 40k because you can make them exalted. As for this box, if you were new to the Disciples of Zinc, this could be a really good box. You just buy this and you're set. Maybe even just buy 2 of them, and that might be 2,000 points. I don't know. Probably not. You probably need more, but you're on your way. I mean, this is a good box, just like the Ogre one before. This is super, super helpful. You have your objective grabbers with the Acolytes. You have the fast discs zipping around, causing chaos. You have the Zangors for your main hammer. The Gaunt Summoner is great, and the Lord of Change is amazing. I love the model. I love its rules. It's even better in 40k. It's truly, truly a good box. If I didn't already have a huge already painted Zinc army, I would definitely look into this one, especially if you're getting a good deal. I mean, if I had to guess, I would think that each one of these boxes, the savings you're going to get is equivalent to one of the units for free. So imagine paying retail for this, and that box of 10 Zangors was free. That's what I'm guessing. Even more so if you buy from a secondhand shop, or your friendly local gaming store may have a sale day, Black Friday type thing. So I like it. I'd like to see how it could do just against the Ogre one. Just you each buy a box and you assemble it up and you make them fight each other. No points or anything like that. You just go. I think the Ogre one would win, to be honest. I think that the bird is really, really good, and if the Ogres don't handle that quickly, it could cause a ton of damage. But other than that, those Gluttons are just going to smash through these Acolytes. But Zinc players, chime off. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you think it's a good deal. I personally think it is, but it's GW. They don't want to give us too good of a deal. They got to make their profit margin. Let's take a look at the next one, guys. The old Sky Pirates. There's just something about these guys that are aesthetically pleasing to the eye. Here we have the Caradron Overlords Battle Force. Barak Nar Skyfleet. Dominate the skies of the mortal realms with a fleet of airborne Caradron Overlords armed to the gunnels with aethermatic weaponry. This set gives you a fully flying force that's mobile, deadly on the battlefield, and rewarding to build and paint. Okay. This is the smallest one by far. So let's take a look at this. You have 2 sets. Oh man, what are these guys called? 2 sets of the little blimp guys with the harpoons. I personally don't use them. I'm secretly building this army. Not so much a secret. I'm constantly building every army, guys. Try to bring more variety to the battle reports that hopefully you enjoy. But I am running the skyport that allows the gun haulers to be battle line. One, I like that one because it gives you more of the gold that you can use throughout the game, the Aether gold. But 2, I just love the idea of an entire army of pirate ships, sky ships coming down at you. So the plan is to get about 6 or 7 gun haulers. So they can zip around, get on every objective, flank people, get where they need to get. Very excited about it. Anyway, enough of that. You have 1 leader. I don't know if that makes the special character or not, but let's take a look. Is it Brock Grungson, the richest, most cunning, and heavily armored Durden in the Karajan Overlords? So I think it builds him. And then it's 2 boxes of, like I said, the little blimp guys with the harpoons. And then you get 2 of the gun haulers and 1 frigate. Unfortunately, Karajan Overlords are very expensive, dollar-wise. This is a very, very pricey army. The gun haulers themselves are $50. The frigates $80. Each of those units of dwarves are $44, and the leader's $35. So you're already, around that 300 mark like usual. If I had to guess, the discount will be you get like one of those gun hauler ships for free. Not a bad box by any means, but the get started box already comes with a leader. It's a leader on foot, but it's a leader, 3 of the blimp guys, it comes with 3 of the blimp guys, 5 thunderers, and 1 gun hauler. So it's a bit different. I was thinking it might just be like 2 get started boxes, but it is a bit different because you have that frigate as well. I personally am not sold on the frigates. I don't like some of the options it has when you compare the difference between a gun hauler and an ironclad. Ironclad is where it's at. Ironclad is game winning. I know that the frigate can carry bodies to dump them on objectives, which is great. I am building this army. It is something on the back burner because it takes a while to paint and assemble. But I love it, and you can use it in your Cities of Sigmar as you're building it, which is great. So my Cities of Sigmar old school dwarves, all the dispossessed in that, can slowly bring more and more of these as I build it until it's ready to be its own force. If I was just starting out and I went just for the models I like the look of with this army, I would get this box. This box is so cool. Every single thing in it is flying. Everybody's floating. You could do the bases up like the clouds. It's probably pretty powerful because you can build those guys as the combat versions with the chain swords, the little chainsaw fists. Firepower can be deadlier. Honestly, you can build this army to be incredibly powerful in the shooting phase. This box itself isn't the most powerful, mainly because it's missing an ironclad and thunderers. But still, a fun box, probably worth the money. But personally, with my tastes, I don't want as many of those flying guys. I take characters that can go onto the ironclads and heal them even more so that they're even more unkillable. And I flank you with gun haulers while the 2 ironclads charge up the middle and shoot everything. Or, I pull them up and deep strike them 9 inches away and shoot everything. That's kind of how this army works. It's like bringing a 40k army to a AOS game. But, like always, KO players, let me know in the comments how good this is. It might be a battalion that I'm just not thinking of. I know that the 2 gun haulers and the frigate are close to being the battalion where they can take extra bonuses and reroll 1s. But I think you need thunderers for that one. So we're close, though. We're close. I like this one. Maybe not as much as the last 2. Maybe not as essential as the last 2. But, man, these models are gorgeous. And they just look so amazing. You almost just want to figure out a way to proxy them as something for 40k. Just weird steampunk floating orbs. I love them. I'm so glad they got better stats with their new battle tome. I can't wait to get them on the table, get them on camera for you guys to see. But in the meantime, we'll just chat about them. Let me know, guys. Let's move on to the last one. Oh, man. Okay, guys. It's going to sound a little biased now, but clearly this is one of my favorite armies in all of Warhammer. If you watch any of our battle reports, you know that I run Gloomspike Gits quite often. I love the Troggoths, or Trolls. I love the Boingrot Bounders, the Squig Hoppers, the Trog Boss, the Dankhold Trog. I love everything about this book. The fluff is hilarious. The stats are fun and different, and the playstyle's fun. Everything about this army is just so good. You can use all your paints. You can get really creative painting. Like I do all my squigs a different bright color. Man, this box really knocks it out of the park. I mean, I personally own 15 squig hoppers. I'd like to get another 15, and look what this box gives you, 15. So, man. I also own 3 of the Rockgut Troggoths, and lo and behold, this comes with 6 more. So this one might be the one where I really pull the trigger and get it. So let's see what this is called. This is the Gloomspike Gits Battle Force Fungal Loon Horde. Everything about these guys is so great. That name is incredible. Squigs or Troggoths? It's a question that every Gloomspike Gits player has to reckon with. At last, we have the answer. Both! Whatever your preferred flavor of fungal mayhem, this set has you covered, giving you everything you need to shake the mortal realms. You can run the dank old Trog Boss up in the corner as the Trog Boss, if I didn't already say that. No, he's a dank old Troggoth, but you can also build it as the Trog Boss, which would make him a leader, which would then make, if he's your warlord, those Troggoths into battle line, which is super helpful. It's how I run them. It's nice and elite. Man, if I was starting out, I would buy 2 of these boxes. This is a great, great box. This has everything you need if you're not running the Horde style, Night Goblin style of Gloomspike Gits. Now, if you're trying to win tournaments and you're playing to just be as powerful as you can, you're going to want to run hordes of Night Goblins. But if you're playing for fun and you just love these guys and you know how flavorful and awesome they are, you're going to want this box. This box has everything. It doesn't have the River Trolls, which I love, the Fellwater Troggoths, but it does come with the Loon Boss on Giant Cave Squig as well. So you get him giving his buffs to the Squigs, and then you have the Trog Boss giving his buffs and command traits, or command abilities, to the Rockgut Troggoths. A great box, guys. Once again, it's probably around $300. You're probably getting 3 of the Trolls for free, or the Trog Boss for free. So a pretty good deal. To be honest, this is one I'll be looking at very closely. I'll be checking all the websites, Bartertown, eBay, you know, all the good ones, trying to get a good deal. I love GW. I've been doing this since I was a little kid, but I have to find good deals or else I can't afford this hobby. I'm sure a lot of you feel that pain. So I'll be checking out all these, most likely. I probably won't get the Karajan Overlords one. I probably won't get the Zinc one. But the Ogre Maw Tribes and the Gloomspike Gits, well, it's starting to look like I just really love Destruction. Destruction armies are so fun, so flavorful. And I might as well tell you now, my Ogre Maw Tribe army is based around the Fire Bellies. I think it's a lore that is so amazing and flavorful, pun intended, and just kind of slept on. They have 3 great spells. The model is incredible. It's one of my favorite models ever. He has this Maori warrior, New Zealand fire dancer look to him. He has a little bit more muscle tone and less flab like the other ogres. The model's incredible. It is fine cast, unfortunately, but I don't care. It's incredible. And I'm going to convert up a couple. I'm looking to run like 5 between 3 different spells. The spell on their War Scroll and endless spells. They also each have a shooting attack that on a 4-up does D3 mortal wounds, and you can just spam that. They can do a fire cloak to make them better at combat and do even more mortal wounds. I love them. They literally wander the earth, all the realms, looking for the hottest peppers to eat and put in their chili, basically, their stew. And in battle, they'll pop the hottest chili in their mouth, chew it up, and then regurgitate it back out in a big fiery belch. And it's hilarious. I love it. I made a character on Skyrim just for fun. I haven't played that game for years, but I was like, let's make a fire belly. I had to make him out of an orc, but oh well. I can't wait to get painted. I just got a couple things in the mail. I'm going to do some cool conversions that are fire-based for this army. They're going to be backed up by lead belchers, spraying even more hate. So be on the lookout for that. It's a fun project I'm working on. So I may end up grabbing that box just for some, filler in the army. But please let me know, guys, in the comments, which of these armies you think you might be looking at, if you think they're good deals or not good deals. I love chatting with you guys. If I got anything wrong, please tell me. I love hearing that too, and I chat with you guys about that as well. This is Nick from Beer and Bat Reps. If you enjoy this type of thing, hit like, hit subscribe, tell your buddies. I usually do at least minimum one video upload a week, and I've kept that up for a full year now. So if you want constant uploads, this is the place. It's at least one a week. I hope everyone's staying safe out there. I know COVID is kind of ramping up here where I live, but hopefully people got some games in before they start shutting everything down again. Stay safe. Have a good Thanksgiving with your families, and tune back in, guys. This is Nick from Beer and Bat Reps. Cheers.